Okay, there we go. How you guys feeling today? So I'm not gonna be here long. Um, I just wanted to. There it goes. I just wanted to come in for just a minute and just talk to you guys about some personal stuff. But really, more so, I wanted to come to you guys and give some encouraging words. Okay, so year he, it's your girl Cassie King, and I'm coming to you live and in color, honey. And we just gonna get into some things, child. Now, normally we have our Bible tea party, but again, when we do our Bible tea parties, I have to be 100% in the game. Like I have to give that ism. I have to have that character. I have to have that full energy. And when I don't have it, I don't come and I do not play in God face. Okay, so I didn't want to abandon you guys all the way, but I did want to come in. Also, when I do my Bible tea parties, I come in and I give. I have like my makeup on and stuff like that, and I don't know if anybody knows about hyperpigmentation, but I have real bad hyperpigmentation. I got hyperpigmentation. So I have to, give my face a rest from makeup at least 1 or 2 days out the week. So if I'm not completely dolled up, I want to dress to impress when I am reading the word with you guys because I just feel like I want to give my all when we are on those kind of topics. So today's not going to be the Bible tea party, unfortunately, but I did want to come in and give you guys some words of encouragement. And it's because I have been feeling very, very, very discouraged. Not discouraged, but I know I have not been encouraged by those that I encourage. I'm not getting that same energy in return. And there's no shade, no tea. It's just, so I feel like since I feel that way, I'm going to come to you guys and give you guys what I would like, and that's encouragement. But before we get into that, we're going to go through our verse of the day, a little bit of the devotional, so that you guys can get some encouraging words from the Bible as well. And then I'm going to get into a little bit of transparency with you guys. Now, again, guys, I am not going to be here long because I got to get to my chairing. I got to get to my chairing because, again, guys, I wear a lot of hats, okay? So I have obviously, I got my Cassie King hat. I got my mama hat. I got my sister hat. I got my friend hat. I got my auntie hat. I got to wear all these hats within the 24-hour grace period on a 7 days a week type of vibe. So, uh, sometimes I get stretched too thin, which is okay. That's completely fine. But we're going to get into some verse of the day. I'm going to read it to you guys because I read my Bible today. And if y'all didn't, then now you are. Okay? So, verse of the day, guys. I usually use excuse me, I'm a little congested as well. I usually use the YouVersion Bible app. Download it. It's free. Okay, they do not pay me to do this. I just genuinely like the app because they have a version that's called the easy version. Even a fourth or fifth grader can read it and understand it. And majority of my Bible tea party is the easy version so that I can word it in simple terms and then also put that character behind it so that I can catch the attention of those who are straight away. And majority of my content is for the neutral and non-believers. But the believers, y'all come on in here too so y'all can give them snacks and stuff like that. So make sure that you guys are heading over to my YouTube, catch up on any videos that you missed that were recorded lives that I upload on YouTube for the Bible Tea Party. Okay, guys? So you guys make sure you head over there and catch up because when I do get that energy put back inside of me by myself, because I have to do it myself, we are going to pick up where I left off on, which is in the book of Judges. So if you need to catch up on that tea, go ahead and head over there. If you got a short attention span, head over to my profile, and I post a lot of clips that I think is important in the lives, and I put like 30-second videos so you don't have to sit through uh, the the whole thing. You can just go and yeah, for those who have short attention spans, I got you too. So don't even try to have no excuse. I can't sit through the video. You can go to the TikTok and you can watch the 30-second videos too. So don't be trying to play with me. Also support me. Follow me. I'll follow you. My mom always told me fair exchange ain't no robbery. Okay. So we're gonna get into this verse of the day, and then I'm gonna come and give you guys some encouraging words. Let you guys know how I'm feeling as Cassie King, because you know my kinglets. I love y'all. Y'all my babies. I birthed you. I birthed you. Okay, but let me put some lip gloss on, because child, I'm over here looking dry. Dry and thrifty. How are you guys feeling today? Comment down below how you're feeling. Let me know if there's any book in the Bible that you want me to read specifically, because I will take requests as well. Again, I work for you, okay? So, thank you guys so much for coming in, those of you who have. If you are just coming in, it's your girl Cassie King. I'm coming to you live and in color. And we basically just going to have a little chit chat. So I'm going to give you guys some encouraging words. I'm not going to be here long. Usually I try to hang out for as long as possible, up to 1 to 2 hours, even longer than that. But today is going to be a good like 30-40 minutes, because I do have to get to my children, my bio babies. Okay, so y'all my babies, but I got to get to my bio babies. Okay. Um, Head over to my TikTok, guys, and support my account as well. If you bless me, the Lord will surely bless you. Amen. All right, so let's get into the verse of the day, and then we are going to have a little chit chat, and I'm about to give y'all a little bit of tea, of my personal tea. You know, I don't come to gossip, but I am about to give y'all some tea, child. All right, so verse of the day is going to be Psalms 46, verse 10. I'm reading the NIV version. Make sure if you guys have any problem with interpreting the Bible, download the Bible, YouVersion Bible on your phone. It's very user friendly. You can use it in so many different ways, and I went over that in my last live, but I'll go into more detail with that in just a moment, okay? I also have a hard copy for the old school. I don't know about y'all in y'all house, but my whole life, every household I ever lived in had a Bible somewhere put up. So make sure you guys have that protection, because that Bible is going to be a lot more protection than a weapon, a physical weapon. Trust and believe. I remember I was having a conversation with an old friend who is sick right now, and I was like, yeah, because I had just moved out here in Houston, and I was by myself, and I was like, I didn't have no ammunition at the time, and I was like, and sometimes I just sleep with my Bible, because that's the strongest weapon you can have. And they chuckled. They was like, and I was like, what's funny? Because I ain't had a problem yet. Okay, so, and I stand on it, because I stand on it. So, okay, guys, so verse of the day is Psalms 46, verse 10. And it says, he says, be still and know that I am God, and I will be exalted among the nations, and I will be exalted in the earth. Okay? So, devotional on that is, regardless of the past, what will you choose today? Regardless of what you've been through, regardless of what you faced up until today, what are you going to do in terms of making a difference on that, okay? You can allow the knowledge, the truth of God to bring you peace to your restless heart, okay? So you ain't necessarily have to be, oh, I gotta be the deacon of the church house and all that. No, you ain't gotta do all that. All you gotta do is get put up on game. That's why you need to come to my lives. Get put up on game, get some ism, and then interpret that into your life, so that way can't nobody try to play in your face. You understand? Because the more you know, the better you'll be. It's not necessarily all about that feet walk. Oh, I'm about to go here. I gotta go there. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Sometimes it's about sitting still and getting put on game for a little bit. Hang out with your OG. And the OGs are in the Bible. I don't have my OGs with me, but I do have some OGs that are in the Bible. I'm talking talking about the big homie Moses, the big homie Joseph, the big homie Abraham, all of them, and they were not perfect people. And you see how God gave them passes on some of the shystiness that they did. And the reason why is because they was willing to stand on business for him. So therefore, when things was going down, yes, things were going down. For example, okay, if you have a past where you done did something shisty, you know you weren't supposed to do it, and you feel like you're being punished or whatever, if you become like a child of God and you start learning ways to be protected from the repercussions of those things. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Ruse, thank you. What's up, Donnie? Thank you. Yeah, Yan, Carlos, all of you guys, thank you guys so much for coming in. Make sure you share the live and double tap that screen, guys. I'm just coming in here just to give you guys some ism, okay? Now, for example, okay, guys, and I love this part that I mentioned a lot. Y'all remember when um, Jacob's daughter got R-worded, and two of her brothers went over there and off the whole city of men. Okay, and I was thinking, was it taking it too far? Y'all never comment down below and told me if it was taking it too far. How far should your brothers go for you if you get R-worded? Okay, so make long story short, even though what they did was a little bit maybe too far, inhumane, whatever the case may be, because they knew God, and because their dad, their ancestor, or not even their ancestor, their grandfather and their dad had a relationship with God, and he was learning things from God, they knew ways to avoid any retaliation. So because of that, Jacob went to God and was like, yo, they was cutting up, they done went off every male gendered person. God was like, don't trip, go over here, and I'm gonna inflict fear into these people that may want to retaliate. So therefore, they got away with that, and that was like gruesome. Okay, so don't ever think that in your past that, oh, I did too much, and oh, I didn't, I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner. Okay, and you are. Yes, everybody is. But what are you going to do to forgive yourself and learn how to redeem yourself from those things? And ways of doing that is certain activities that you have to place in your life. Number one, you got to sacrifice certain things, self-discipline, and everything like that. So that is the verse of the day, being aware that God exists and that he does have all the power. You just have to understand that and know that. You can't just be, oh, he might. No, he do. He do. And I tell you, give it a go. Give it a go. Okay? So there's something about stillness that compels us to be beyond ourselves, okay? There's something about stillness that heightens our awareness of the need for God, okay? So when you just be like, I don't know if you guys ever heard that saying, oh, I'm gonna let go and let God. When you do that, and you be like, I ain't finna worry about it no more, you ate. Next thing you know, you just start getting blessings. I ain't thinking about it no more. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to God. Just go. What I like to do is I tattletales. I tell Jesus. Jesus, now let me tell you something. You heard so and so did this and so did that, and I'm about ready to dog walk somebody today, Lord. But I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you. You said you was gonna do it. I'm gonna let you do it. And then next thing you know, you start feeling like all these different forms of peace, okay? Like high vibrational peace. And then you start gaining supernatural gifts. That's why I say y'all need to come to my Bible tea party, because you can see, for example, the big homie Moses, he had light literally coming out of his eyes to the point to where he had to cover his face because he was having one-on-one encounters with God on a daily basis. So it's just like with people that pray a lot, people that be in their Bible and stuff like that. When you go outside, you start noticing people just start staring at you and stuff. Then you start realizing that people can't play in your face no more. You're like, you done been in my face 10 minutes and you already lying. I don't even know what you lying about, and that's annoying. So then you start finding your way, like, okay, now I gotta go ask God about this, because what did that mean? What did that mean? So that's basically what the stillness can bring, your awareness and everything like that. And it's very necessary, guys, and it's worth it. Because even with me, like, once the kids go to sleep, I put on my little hip hop, R&B, rap music, my paint. And I be cutting up and everything like that. I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint, but I do be in my Bible a lot, and I do read a lot, and I do pray a lot, and that's why I don't have that many um, inappropriate things happening in my life because I don't have that much room for it. Once you start eliminating that, the next thing you know, you're gonna get a promotion at your job, and or you could just get the encouragement to quit it. You be like, I don't even care about this job, and then you won't even have no reason to be sad about it. You just like, I don't know, I just can't do it. And most people be like, how can you do this, and it's not easy for you to snap. Pause. Also, guys, I'm gonna get another phone and I'm going to screen record how I was able to, because I would do that a lot. I'd be like, I'm cool off this little job. I'll get another one. And then I would. And I'd be like, oh, I'm cool on this little job. I'm going to get another one. And I would. And it was because of the grace of God. But it's also a technique that I was using. And I'm going to show you guys that when I get another phone. So hold me to it. Don't let me forget, okay? Thank you guys so much for coming in. Everybody that's coming in, double tap that screen. Like, share, share, share. If you bless me, the Lord will surely bless you. Okay? So that is the devotional, right? Now, there will come a day when, willing or not willingly, every secret will come to the light, and there will be a day when, like it or not, he will be exalted above the nations and honored throughout the world. So whether you like it or not, you're gonna get to knowing things that you wanted to ignore. You're gonna be see. Remember now, if y'all was in my last live, then y'all would know Zabul. He was delusional. Okay, and when they was going around talking about how his king wasn't even supposed to be the king because he wasn't in the bloodline, etc. Well, he wasn't lying. And sometimes the truth will come to you, and sometimes you won't be able to be delusional. So I'm not here to support nobody's delusion. Sometimes I like being delusional, sometimes because I be like, I don't want to know the truth. And that's sad, but it's the truth. And I know I'm not the only one that's like that. Don't judge me. Don't be sitting up here judging me just because we in the book of Judges. Okay, now we're gonna go through our prayer, guys. So take a breather, go and let it out. Okay, breathe in, breathe out, because we're gonna do our prayer. We're gonna do our prayer. Okay, guys. Sorry, guys, I had to turn my heater off. I get real cold, and then I get real hot, and I probably got some need to get some vitamins or something. But all right, guys, yes, breathe in, breathe out. We're gonna get into our prayer, and then we're gonna head out with two more scriptures for you guys, and then I'm gonna give you guys some personal transparency. Okay. All right. The prayer is bow your heads. You too, bow your head. It says, God, you alone are all knowing, present, and powerful. You are the God who created the heavens and the earth, the sun and the moon, all of creation. All people will come to know your glory and goodness. Please help me to submit my will to yours so that I can fulfill the purpose you have created for me. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Mm, yes. Oh, that was a good prayer. Yes, yes, yes. Now we need everybody in their moment to get put up on game on God's power. Okay, guys. Now, if you guys missed one of my lives in the beginning of the time, I did tell you guys about a dream that I had when I saw God. Okay, and it is tea. So head over to my YouTube, head over to my TikTok. There are some clips I have put in there from when I saw God and what he looked like and what it was giving and when it was about to go down. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and y'all catch that tea because it is real. He will be revealing himself to as many people as he can because it's time for those, the chosen, the neutral and non-believers, to stand on business. Okay. Now you ain't got to be perfect like me. I'm not perfect, guys. I still be slipping and sliding, backsliding, and doing one, two, three, too many things. But I'm also a genuinely good person as well. So we're gonna get into these other last two verses, and then I'm gonna be a little bit transparent with you guys and tell you guys about what's going on with me mentally and how I'm getting through that. What's up, Zay? Thank you guys so much. All of you guys that are coming in, I am on a desktop, so I can't see everything. So don't think that I'm ignoring you. I do appreciate all of you guys that are coming in. Make sure that you guys are double tapping that screen. Like as many times as you can. Just tap the screen till you can't tap no more. And share my live as well, guys, okay? So, this next scripture is blessed is the one who pressures. I'm sorry. Blessed is this. Now, this is going to be James 1, verse 12. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, the person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. Now, and that's the NIV version, okay? Double tap that screen, double tap that screen. If you peeking and you ain't speaking, we don't do that here. Double tap that screen till you can't tap no more. Just go boo 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 boo. Just keep doing this. Do this for me. Do this for me. Okay. For God, it's like in today's verse. Hold on, guys. I'm cutting it close. Sorry. In today's live, guys, um, we all get faced with trial and error. Now, if you guys are ever been in my Bible tea party, then you already know the big homie Moses told us that we're gonna be tested, right? Well, he told his people at the time, but that is relevant in today's time as well. Okay, you will be tested on a daily basis, and I don't know about you guys, but sometimes the tests are not directly from God, but majority of the time, God will test your faith and God will test your ability to stand on business, okay? So if you feel like you're being tested or you feel like you're going through your trial and error, that is a good sign. That is a good sign, okay? The higher the the harder the trial, the bigger the blessing. Okay? Now that we are going into another book, John 3:16. Now, some of y'all, some of the believers that we all know this one almost by heart. I'm gonna read the NIV version, but I write this verse down a lot of times. And y'all know, if y'all don't know who John is um, the big homie who was Jesus' cousin, and he paved the way for Jesus. Um, through his journey, getting people aware that Jesus was going to come and do his big one. So John was a real one. He's also one of Jesus' disciples as well. And he was one of the greatest men that ever lived, according to Jesus. Jesus said that. Mm-hmm. Jesus said that John was there's no other man like John in a time. So John was a real one. So y'all need to get into that book with John if you guys are wanting to get the tea on him. Also, his story just hits me. I cry. I thought Jesus' story and his little crucifixion, that tears me up. I can't even really celebrate Easter without bawling. But John, baby, John breaks my heart how they did that man. Ooh, just because he was telling the truth, that is crazy. So that's why I say, y'all, be careful, be vigilant, get armored up. If you one of those people that be just telling the truth, oh, I'm about to tell you such and such said, and da da da, be careful, okay? Now we're gonna. This is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, that whosoever believed in Him shall not perish but have eternal life. Okay, so that basically means that if you believe that Jesus really came and got on that cross for you and came back in 3 days, you're going to be blessed. Just based off of believing that with all your heart. I do. But let's go on ahead and get into some transparency. I'm going to tell you guys how I've been feeling And that's why I wanted to come here and encourage you guys, okay? Y'all, I I have been going through a roller coaster mentally. Have you ever felt swallowed up? Have you ever felt swallowed? Child, I've been feeling swallowed up. Swallowed up. That's how I've been feeling, child. Mm, 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 mm. So the other day, it was yesterday. Yesterday, I was like, okay, well, I posted a very long video on YouTube. Usually, my first video of the week takes a lot of my energy out. So that following day, which is usually a Tuesday, I um I take that day to myself and I just give that day to myself. And usually I'll just go live that night. Well, guys, um, here came the day where I was just completely destroyed, like energy wise. So I'm in this situation where I am the only resource for a number of people in my life, right? And that's fine because God is using me to be a blessing. And if you guys have not gotten into the Bible Tea Party that we had when we were talking about Joshua, now Joshua, baby, Joshua, he was his little story is juicy. But you know, there was a S worker, a prostitute, who was an accomplice to the demise of her own people because they was coming in there to do their big one and whoop on them people, right? And so we get to see that no matter where you come from, your biggest blessing can be a blessing to somebody else. That'll be your biggest blessing is being a blessing in somebody else's life. Wake that up. So I believe that when I get the opportunity for someone to reach out to me and they ask me for help, obviously because I am antisocial for the most part, I like to stay alone in isolation, and it's not because I'm just like a crazy girl. No, it's just that now the more closer I get with God, the more higher my vibrations are. And I just can't, when I get around other human beings, even when especially when I'm in public situations, that takes all of my energy just by being present. So when I have other human bodies around me, then I get drained and it affects my mental health, even without it being a conversation made. Like, I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. Plus, I dealt with a lot of mental health my whole entire life. Um, I battled with depression. I have battled with anxiety. I battled with procrastination. Battled with self sabotage. I battled with a number of things. But one thing I ain't battled with is think I ain't that girl. I always felt like I was her. I always felt like I looked good, feel good, pretty, and all. Even when I was a little overweight, even when I was way too skinny. Okay, but that's what I battle with as well. So it's hard for me to confidently want to help people the way that I do. So I gave my word and I asked God, and I feel like God does tell me yes or no. So it was a time where I was helping the wrong person, and God kept telling me, I don't like people that do such, such, and such. And I was like, what? Maybe this is just some coincidence that this person just happened to be this kind of way, and I just happened to stumble across the word. But no, then I started having dreams of what this person was going to do, and that those things did start to happen. So I was like, oh, okay, I got the message. I got the message, and so I started having visions and sequences of what that person was going to do to me, and how it was finna go down, and I would get it in days in advance. And the first time I got the vision, I thought it was just a bad dream based off of what we were already going through, and then come to find out, it was a warning. So when I got another dream that was very similar to that dream, I knew that it was a warning. So when that person came, oh, can I come stay with you and can I get some help? I said no. No, you cannot. scrappy little things and do a wiggling. And it was painful and it was hard for me because of the history that me and that person had and the love that I have. Because once I love you, I love you. I'm already here. You could be a bad person, and I'll be like, well, I already love him though, God, because I can be stupid. So I don't like to go through that where I make the executive decision to help a person, then kind of find out I'm helping the wrong person. So the people that I'm helping right now, I actually prayed on, and I know for a fact that God is using me to be in their life. So it is hard, but it's not the same situation. However, it is draining. Okay, so um, I had actually stumbled across some intuitive things that came to me. And if you don't know, but a woman's intuition, baby, it eats every time. Okay, so I don't know about you. I don't know if you've ever battled with being insecure, or if you battle with um, doubting yourself. Like something told me. I know a lot of people, especially the neutral and believers. I know when we get to certain, we be like, something told me not to go, and then the next day you get that phone call, such and such happened. Da, da, da. There's a lot of people that's like that. Well, a woman's intuition is very similar, but it's way deeper and spiritual. So with a woman's intuition, once we know something, we know it. And when we love a person, we start to be like, oh well, I ain't see no evidence. I ain't see no tea. So we'd be like, maybe we making up stuff. So I was dealing with intuition type of thing where I didn't know if it was intuition or if it was a trauma response because I do have trauma. Okay. So let me tell you guys about this trauma that I have. And I'm just gonna touch a little bit. I was dealing with a person years and years and years ago who um, who was abusive, physically abusive, mentally abusive, verbally abusive, and deprived me of what the average person should be able to have: friends, family, um, daily activities, things like that. So when now that I'm in a new situation where it's with the romantic interest, whether it's friends or if it's a romantic interest, I have a lot of triggers from that situation that takes me to another level of questioning my intuition. Okay, so I wanted to say that to say that a few days ago, um, I had this intuitive thought that came to me that I was like, really? And then what pissed me off is because it's like I know that God is using me to help this specific person. So, like I don't want to question God, but I'm like, you need to wake something up because mama ain't raised no fool. Okay, so that's the thing about when God is using you, you got to take the good with the bad, but you also have to be vigilant and obedient. But sometimes that same situation that God is using for you, the enemy will use to throw you off your tracks. So you will be tested, okay? And so yes, I am being tested. I'm being tested on a level of I really uh I when I get upset and I feel like I know some but before I even get the receipts, I'm already booking my ticket. Okay, I get on. I do not sit and wait around. I do not sit and wait around for nobody to play in my face. I get my receipts after I've gotten on the flight, after I've moved far, far away. By the time I get my receipts, I be long gone. I don't need no receipts. Why would I lie to myself? Okay, So I have to outgrow that habit because sometimes you gotta see things all the way through. And so that's what I'm battling right now. And I hope that you guys can catch my drift because we got ears and stuff, okay? So hopefully you guys can catch my drift. Hopefully I'm making sense to you, okay? But the other day I had an intuitive thing that came to me and my brain told me this, that, and the third about how somebody was not being loyal to me behind my back. And loyalty is very important to me, guys, okay? I don't really too much need love and friendship and all of that because I already have that for myself and I already have that with Jesus. As once Jesus came into my life and showed me that kind of love, there's nothing that can match it. So I really don't care too much for love of another person because I already got so much from Jesus. You get what I'm saying? But what I do require is loyalty. That's what I do require. I require loyalty. I require respect when I'm not around. That's what I require. It's mandatory. If you're gonna be in my life, you're gonna be getting all of this vibration from me. If I'm pouring energy into you, if I'm giving you energy, and I'm breathing life into you, it's coming directly from the HPGOD. Then when I'm not around, or when you think I don't know, I need you to respect and be loyal to me. That's it. Because there's not enough love in the world that can match the love that I already have from Jesus. So I don't really care for love and friendship. I already have that with the HPGOD. Does that make sense? I don't need that stuff. I require loyalty. I think on Drink Champs they had a segment. What do you prefer, respect or loyalty? And a lot of people had to figure out what the difference was and everything like that. You ain't gotta respect what I do. You ain't gotta respect how I dress, who I hang with, who I know, da 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 da. You ain't gotta do that. But you can do your big one. You understand? But if you are in my life and in my presence and I'm breathing life into you on a daily basis, when I leave the room or when I'm not around, I need I require you to treat me accordingly when I'm not in the room, when I'm not present. Because if you don't, then I'm going to know. And I don't want to know. I don't want to know that you was being trifling behind my back. Okay? So, and that's another thing about being like I know there are some new age religious people, and I'm gonna have to get out of here in just a moment, guys. But there are some new age religious people who I'm gonna be out in just a minute. I'm gonna be out in just a minute. When I had started getting more understanding of my relationship with the HPGOD, I started understanding how my gifts work because I have a number of them. Okay, my mom would be telling me, "Oh yeah, you know, my baby's a medium and she's a da da da." And this new age religious stuff can is very similar to like false idols and false gods, and so I never really tapped into that. I never really got into it. My gifts gave me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, but now that I've been on this journey, I actually were able to tap in. Now there are a lot of new age religious people who identify as psychics, things like that. So in my sense, I would was that's the word I would use for those to understand like psychic abilities. Okay, now this is no cap, but you can ask anybody that knows me personally. I have yet to be wrong about anything that I just come out of my brain with. I haven't been wrong yet. That I might not be as accurate, but I'm definitely on point every time. So, okay. Um, for example, I'm just gonna give you guys this example. This is why I had to really start getting into my Bible, right? My mom was taking care of a lady, and this lady, um, her mother was on her way to the afterlife, okay? And I told her this. And my mom was telling people that I'm a medium that I could see the people that are already unalived. But no, sometimes that's not how my gifts work. I can be used in multiple ways. It's not just one category, which I do have the ability to tap in with the unalived, but you're never supposed to do that, especially not when you are walking for the Lord. Okay, and that's how the enemy was trying to get me, child. That's another story for another time. But this particular time, I told this lady, I said, you need to call your mama. I was like, you need to call your mama because she about to be on her way to the afterlife, whatever case may be. She's like, ain't nothing wrong with my mama. My mama, this, and that, right? And so then, sure enough, a couple days later, my mama called me, and so and so, mom, listen that, and you was right, and this, and that. Now I know I was right, okay. And the reason why I told her was because sometimes when I'm getting edged, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen, and I don't get it to that person, then I'm being disobedient. So I'm not trying to be into it with the HPGOD. You get what I'm saying? So boom, after that I started slowly but surely getting rid of negative things in my life and getting better with the things that were in me in terms of my gift and my purpose, right? Okay, so boom, fast forward. Now I'm getting visions and sequences of things that are going to happen in a matter of days to me. Okay, so when I had the thing with my friend who's sick now, um, in the vision, this particular friend was destroying my home, and so I thought it was just a nightmare, and I thought it was a metaphorical type of dream. Like metaphorically speaking, this is a broken home because of that person's lifestyle, whatever, and it's causing us to have a broken home. But in terms of reality, this person in my dream, this person was tearing up my house, like punching holes throughout the walls and stuff like that. And I was like, "You did this to me in the dream." And so, sure enough, I still didn't tell that person that they had to leave. I thought it was a metaphorical dream, and then later down the line, the negativity that was attached to that person that I was helping wind up coming and busting my windows. Okay, so when I got the vision again, not once but twice too. When I got the vision again about something similar, I was like, nah, I had to stand on business because um, I knew that I wasn't making up stuff. So now that I'm in this journey, now it's not something that I feel. Sometimes I have a visual of how things go down, and it's not fun. It's nothing that I want to live with because when it comes to people that you know personally, um, it hurts. You know, because it's like, what if I wanted to be delusional? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What if I wanted to be delusional, friend? Like that's how I feel. I hope y'all can catch my drift. Double tap that screen, like. Just tap that screen as many times as you possibly can. Just go like this. Go like this. Tap that screen for your grill. Okay, and share the live. All right, guys. I am gonna head out in just a minute, but I wanted to come to you guys and give you guys that explanation now. Now, with that being said, recently I had encountered an intuitive uh, being, vision, whatever you want to call it, and with my intuition being so on point, I was like, wait a minute, maybe it's caused by trauma. I started questioning myself. Okay, so then boom, I had let it go. I was like, maybe it was just trauma based off of that relationship that was abusive, that was dramatic to me. Um, and that relationship was attached to so much trauma that sometimes I never know if it's just that relationship that affects some of the ways that I think and view romantic interest in my life, right? So, boom, later down the line, after I ignored those intuitive thoughts, I was able to get a visual of I was not making up stuff. Okay? So that really set me down a really dark mental space for a couple of hours. I was up all night and I had maybe wanted to try to figure out how I'm going to handle this health in a healthy way because I still, and the thing is, I still have to fulfill my purpose in this person's life based off of what God said. So I have to ignore my personal emotions on how I feel in the situation, to see the thing all the way through. Okay, and it's easier said than done. Number one. Number two, it's been distracting, and that's why sometimes I be wanting to have those videos back to back with my Bible tea parties. I be wanting to have those videos back to back with just coming to you guys on a regular basis. But if I'm not 100% myself, or if I'm mentally in a negative headspace, then I can't come to y'all and play in y'all face. I'm not fake. Okay. I try to be real with y'all, be transparent with you guys. And when I do the Bible tea parties and I'm reading the word, I'm reading it in real time. I don't read it before I go live. I do it at the moment I go live. So a lot of my reactions are authentic, and I want to give you guys that authenticity. And I also want to reach the neutral and non-believers as many as I can. So as God is using me, the enemy is also using um, the people that I love to throw me off my tracks. And the way that you're able to get off of being thrown off your tracks is going to the OGs. So, one of the big homies, um, Japheth, I think that's how you say his name, he had to unalive his own daughter based off of the situation that he had made a promise with God, right? So if you guys missed that part of the Bible Tea Party, Jephthah, basically, he was a child of an S worker. And because his mama was an S worker, they disowned him, right? But his daddy was a king and a ruler. So they disowned him. He went on by his life. He became a leader. He had his own crew, and he was also somewhat of a rebel. So boom, fast forward. Now they needed him because things was going down. He was like, "Why would I come to help y'all, and y'all disown me based off of who my mama is or whatever?" Right? Go ahead over to my live, or I even got some clips on TikTok. So if you guys want to get some of that tea, but I'm saying that to say he had talked to God, the HPGOD, and he told the HPGOD, if you help me win this war with these people, when I go home, the first thing that walk out of my door when I get home, I'm going to give to you as a burnt offering. Now, if you guys don't know what burnt offerings is, then you need to head over to my YouTube, because that's going to be in the book of Leviticus, where back in the good old days, that's how we were doing our offerings and donating our love to God and gift giving to God is through burnt offerings and a number of other things like sacrifices and stuff. But then once Jesus came, when Jesus came, all of that is different now. He was the ultimate sacrifice, so we don't have to do that anymore. But back in those days, that's how they did it. They did burnt offerings. So, for example, when they would win war and all these people had all of these nice things, they would ask God, okay, is it okay if we keep these things? And God be like, give them to me. I helped y'all win the war. Now y'all need to pay up. And so that's what they would do. They will give God the burnt offering that way. And it was a point where back when Joshua was running things, I love me some Joshua. He didn't come to play, child. When he was running things, one of his little homies decided to keep some of the stuff that they were supposed to burn for God. And God said, "Wait, hold on. Somebody's stealing. I'm not helping nobody win no war until we figure out who's stealing." And so they found out who was stealing, and they had to unalive him, his animals, and his family. So just like our first priest that we ever had, back when the big homie Moses was here. Well, his homeboy, matter of fact, was it his brother-in-law? I can't remember. No, it's his brother. It's his brother. Yeah. was the first priest or whatever, right? Well, his brother's son, his nephew, had did an inappropriate burnt offering, and because he did it inappropriately, the HP God unalived him on impact right then and there. Okay, so I say that to say when Japhethah made that promise, he should have watched what he said. He get home after war. He get home after war, and the first thing that walked out of his door is his only begotten child, his daughter. So you already know what had to happen, what had to go down. So he let her grieve for 2 months, and then he had to unalive her because he had made that oath with God. Now, back in those days, especially today, we don't do it no more. But that is a commandment. Okay, when Moses had got that attitude and made and dropped them 10 commandments because the people weren't listening, um, he had to redo them again. One of the commandments is standing on business. Basically, if you make a promise, you have to keep it. It's just if you don't keep that promise that you made, it's just as equivalent as being a Dahmer. Okay, so this man had to stand on business with that, and I say that to say that I have already initiated an agreement with God to be used in these individuals' lives. And even though one of these individuals is a romantic interest, and I am put up on game on how they had moved behind my back, and how um, they had not respected me when I wasn't present on a number of certain sequences, and they have been moving sideways and have not been completely loyal to me. I have to still stand on business because of a word that I had made with God. And so right now I am having a battle with myself, with my HP, and I also battle with mental health on top of that because of I all of these gifts that I hold, all of these gifts that I hold takes a toll on me mentally. Okay. Hi, Jahari. Thank you so much for coming in, mamas. Okay, so um, I say that to say, guys, if you feel defeated, if you feel discouraged, if you feel like you're being tested, if you feel like you on your last, that's a good sign. Also, come to my lives, come to the Bible tea parties, get in their word, okay? If you get in your word, you'll be able to get the strength, okay? You're gonna be able to get the strength. Do me a favor, double tap that screen for me, like. You know, we got some peakers and no speakers in here, so if you could double tap that screen for me, that'd be so obliged. Thank you. So, I came to give you guys the verse of the day and a prayer, and also because I feel like I've even asked for encouragement and I still haven't gotten it, and that's okay. So I'm coming to give you guys what I want, okay, and that's to encourage you. Okay, stand on business, keep your word. Also, get into your book, pray as much as you can. If you are a neutral and non-believer, then just come and watch my videos, and that's more than enough. Um, and just know that God got you, and just know that don't let distractions take you away from your purpose, okay? And so I got really emotional today because I felt like my distractions were um taking me away from what I want to do, which is the Bible tea parties are most important to me. So I kind of got a little bit sad about it, but now I know that I don't have to be sad. I just have to be vigilant, and I just have to be consistent, and I just have to be on my badoo badoo. Okay, so I am gonna try to link up with you guys later on tonight, so that way we can paint and maybe listen to some music. But I do notice that some of majority of my viewers are here during the day, not at night. I think y'all be having like night shift, y'all be at work, or I think y'all be in the bed, child. But I do invite you guys to come on in tonight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna cook. I did have an attitude, but I think I should cook because I do gotta still do things like that. Make sure that I don't start my cheering because I'm in my feelings or whatever. But also, guys, Support me and I will support you. Now, I am going to head out. I just wanted to come to you guys and give you guys that encouraging word. Um, Believe if you can. If you just have just the faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain, and that's what Jesus said. Okay, so I want to move mountains, but I also got to stand on my word. I have to stick to my word that I given the HPGOD before I got into this situation. Um, Now the HPGOD, we had initiated a conversation prior to me even being rekindled into this romantic interest, and basically the HPGOD told me what this person was going to be like, and what it was going to look like before I got into the situation. Then when the situation came to me, I was like, "Oh, you was talking about this?" I was like, "Oh, that ain't nothing. I know who this is." And so um, now I just have to stand on my word. I can't allow my emotions to take me away from my purpose in that person's life. And it's hard because I'm emotional. So I'm gonna head on out though. Y'all pray for me. I'm gonna pray for y'all. Stay on your tens, stay on your 10 toes down. Don't let nobody cause you to be pulled away from what you're sent to do. Stand on business. Don't let your emotions drive your day. You get only 24 hours in a day, and it is a gift. You're welcome. So try to utilize majority of those hours doing something positive. Learn how to forgive yourself because only you can forgive you, and anybody else's opinion does not matter. So definitely do your big one, and also um, try to find ways to get motivated. You feel me? I watch motivational videos every other morning. I like Eric Thomas because he be yelling like he your uncle. And so when he be yelling, "You gotta give 120%," I'm like, okay. So I listen to his videos, find ways to get motivated, find ways to treat yourself. Okay. Another thing too, I know we got some manifest queens up in here, some manifest kings in here. Yes, you can manifest, but you want to manifest with the word of God. So write down things in real time. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's basically you say like it's already happening. So, for example, one of the ways that I manifest is, well, I'm successful, I'm wealthy, I'm accomplished, I'm actively improving, I live in my dream home, I have um, perfected my ability to endure, things like that. So you want to say I have, I am, as if it's already happening. Write that down in your journal and manifest as well. And then right before you go to bed, say some of those things too. If you are wanting to manifest things in your life, but watch what you ask for because you just might get it. And so go to the HPGOD first. Okay? God told me that He was going to be doing something new um, at the end of December. Okay? And I had to give up things, I had to sacrifice things. And those things that I sacrificed was my career, and it drove me crazy. I almost lost my mind. So I say that to say, guys, don't feel the need to let anything distract you. Don't let nothing throw you off your tracks. Don't let nothing make you feel like you're not that girl. Don't let nobody make you feel like you're not that guy. You are that one. And if you are seeing this live, then it means that it's for you to see and that it's time for you to get up and do your big one. Get up and do your 1-2. Go down there, put your tennis shoes on, and dope. Amen. Where is Jesus when you need him? Okay, guys? So, again, I do this for you. Support me, I support you. My mama told me fair exchange ain't no robbery. And it is your girl, Cassie King, and I